Hi everyone, and welcome back. In the last video, we saw me dip my toes into the wide and vast genre of mixtapes with Ziggy Zombie 5000's Japanathon, a collection of the country's most bizarre and at times gross entertainment. And if I don't say so myself, I handled it like an absolute pro. So today, we are going to do a double whammy. Two of my fellow subscribers, ShockandShlock and Dirk's Greasy Reviews, have made mixtapes of their own. So let's begin with ShockandShlock's entry, Totally Twatted, or in America, Twatted. Which sounds weird, twatted. But before we begin, I would just like to point out that I will be altering the music in this video because, well, I don't want to get striked by the Wajitski. Let's get started. Okay guys, so I think I recognise this before I play the mixtape. I think this song's called "Let's All Go to the Lobby." I think I know the Simpsons took the piss out of it for the Simpsons movie. I think for the promotional material. I've got my cup of tea this time because you know I'm British and all that sort of thing. Before I start, one thing that really annoys me, and I am joking, mind, is that whole meme where anyone got a ciggy, mate. No one in the UK calls cigarettes ciggies, alright? They call them fags. So get your memes right. Okay? Anyways, moving on. Play.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Totally Twatted starts off very pleasantly with an old 1950s animation called Let's All Go to the Lobby. It was like it was telling me to go and get some refreshments before I watched this work of art. A Star Wars title card sequence takes place where I get called a Mong. Thanks, Herschel. It's very cool. Hey, I'm not a Mong. And goes straight into not safe for work territory. Totally Twatted. I recognise. I hate you, Herschel. Okay, this is from Terrible Meal, I know that for a matter of fact. Ultraman. Is that real? Holy shit, I think that's real. Oh! I think this is Blood Runner Zero. I've seen this before. It's a shame because they look quite nice, good looking ladies. Ah. Oh. It gets weirder with a Japanese woman wanking off a bloke whilst holding some sort of weird sea cucumber creature thing and making it squirt orange stuff everywhere. It was pretty disgusting. Oh, it's a sea cucumber. Sorry, is that a sea cucumber? I think it is, yeah. Still gross though. We're not even... Don't you... I can't stand mouth stuff like this. The mixtape moves into unfamiliar territory with, as we are greeted with two men in different videos performing some sort of weird genital BDSM on each other, lighting candle wax on their crotch or just simply just bashing their nuts with a hammer. Very, very bizarre, but if it gets you off, it gets you off, I suppose. The girl on the floor. Fuck it up. Oh no. Jesus Christ. What the hell? So this man is tied his balls up and he's pouring candle wax, hot candle wax all over his scrotum, and Meshuggah is playing. Fair enough. It's not disgusting, it's just I'm crossing my legs right now. Oh my god. MC Hammer as well, what's that about? Oh no. Why would you do that to your manhood? Why would you hit yourself in the dick with a hammer? I don't know if he's trying to make it bigger or not, but I guess it's kind of, wow, it worked, oh god. So this man's got his balls on a plank of wood and he's hitting himself in the balls with a mallet. Stop hitting your penis! And he's spunked everywhere, I think. I mean, if that's what gets him off. Bloody hell, man. However, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Herschel does give us a break in between by splicing in some, you know, quite tame, weird footage, either from, you know, a Japanese TV show or maybe just a cult movie. So that was appreciated because, you know, it did break up quite a bit. Nick a cat, have a cat. One of these things being one of the worst produced things I've ever seen in my life. It was kind of like Power Rangers or Kamen Rider. It was just so boring that I just dozed off halfway through. It wasn't for me. Followed by a really old video of H3H3's Ethan Klein before he regressed into a moron. It cuts to a brief scene from the vomit fetish film Terrible Meal, which, to be honest, you know, is kind of expected. It's going to be in these mixtapes whether we like it or not. I've already seen this, and I forgot about that. Deary. It's foul. Absolutely foul. Where Peter Jackson's early film Brain Dead starts to play, that was pretty cool. It's one of my favourite films, so it was kind of appreciated to see that. But it wouldn't be a mixtape without our staple, weird bug munching porn. I mean, that blender is having some difficulties, I think. What is going on here? So this woman's naked, covered in what appears to be like minced up insects, like cockroaches and probably mealworms, I expect. And he sat her up, and she's just covered in like insect debris. Get away from her! Oh, I saw spit. I saw spit. Oh, he's just shoveling the fuckers in there now. Just shoveling them in her mouth. She did not just go for a piss in that, did she? Pouring it over her head. It looks like cement. They're just wiping it in her skin now. Oh, they're just wiping it all over her. It's just... The tape ends with something I had seen before. A woman led down with a poop on her face, where another one attempts to add to it. It did drag on quite a bit. Oh, I've seen this before in the last one I watched. A big clump of poo-poo on her forehead. I can't tell if she's laughing or crying or both. Finally, before it actually ends, I witnessed one of the most disgusting and most shocking things I think I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't even describe what I was seeing, and I'm not going to describe it now, but has anyone ever heard of Bodil Joensen? I'm not even going to describe what's happening right now, it's so disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. No. I'm not watching that. No. That's it, innit? Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty horrific, and I hope to never see anything like that ever again. It was foul. To be honest with you, Totally Twatted wasn't that bad. It definitely had its moments where it made me feel queasy and uneasy, but the whole thing was well paced, and it was nice to have the horrifying segments broken up quite a lot, so I respected that. Hopefully by the time this video is released, Herschel will still have some copies of this available, so go hit him up on Instagram at ShockandShlock. And now I have no choice but to watch the second one. And eventually the third one. So yeah. Looking forward to that, mate. So with that out of the way, let's move on to Dirk's mixtape, Just Another Lobotomy. Right, so that last mixtape wasn't too bad. Not too extreme as in like, you know, onslaught, and it was just kept on going. It was paced out very, very well. Now let's check out Dirk's Greasy Reviews' mixtape, Just Another Lobotomy. Now I don't have any tea this time, but hey, just brute force this time. Right, play. Right. I've seen this before. This one is very different off the bat. It's a mixture of regular porn, however some clever bastard has rotoscoped something over the top. So instead of, you know, people engaging in sexual acts, it's basically like they've they're doing something innocent instead, like playing basketball or, you know, playing an instrument. It's very clever, and I liked that a lot. I think I'd seen that before years ago, but it was good. Whilst also being spliced in with a clip from America's Got Talent with this guy doing this really weird dance routine. It was quite entertaining as well, until this happened. Was that an ISIS video? That isn't shit. That's right, everyone, there was ISIS footage in this. Not just of them, but actually committing murders. Some of you will probably go into yourselves, well, why is he making a big deal out of this? You know, there's usually gore in these types of mixtapes, you know, what's he fucking pussy? However, what I was accustomed to was some edgelord in my school would show us, you know, some really horrifying video that probably would have been like 10 years old at the time. And normally with those sort of things, they would have been, you know, either cartel or murder videos, obviously, but they would have been shot on someone's Nokia flip phone and recorded, like, you know, on a potato. So you couldn't really see who it was, and you couldn't really make out what it was, but you knew what was going on. And that kind of softened the blow, I guess, you know, and didn't really make it stick in your head so much. It wasn't very nice still, but, you know, it was not as bad as what I'd seen. But here, these disgusting motherfuckers are using 4K cameras, all up close and personal. So yeah, I find it hard to watch when it showed up, and I still find it hard to, you know, get it out of my brain now. I even say in the reaction, if I see it one more time, I'm turning this off, and luckily, after I'd said that, there was no more of it, which was nice to, you know, a sigh of relief, I guess. Sorry, I just don't want to see people being murdered or hurt, because I don't like it, and I actually have standards. After the intro, we are greeted with a shirtless man decanting a soiled condom into a glass dish. The dish is already filled with cum, and have a guess what he decides to do with it.
They're thick, so crack one open, take a whiff of 4 distinct scents that smell downright delicious.
So he's...
That's right, fellas.
Oh my god.
Take a whiff of the good life.
So what I'm seeing is this man's...
Because life
got
doesn't
that...
get much better than thick.
So I had to pause that there. So a man was emptying the contents out of a condom into a bowl, and he had some backed up spunk in it, and now he's gonna drink it. Fuck's sake, it's funny as well. Absolutely disgusting. It follows up with a collection of strange internet videos. The first one I didn't really understand, to be honest, but I was amused to see a confused monkey during a news report. That was kind of creepy, but, you know, he looked really puzzled. It was quite funny. One clip I liked was the use of an old British comedy show called The Mighty Boosh. It's pretty popular over here in the UK. I don't know if it was in America, but I used to watch it when I was a kid, so it was nice to see that in there to sort of break things up a little bit. However, taking a nasty turn with more ISIS footage, which pissed me right off. I'm not comfortable watching this, really. Fucking hell. Which I didn't appreciate, followed by a creepy scene with a shaven-headed woman with an inflated butt plug up inside of her whilst a group of blokes ogle at her. It just creeped me out, and I thought, ugh, what the fuck's this place called? This is the point of the mixtape, to be honest with you, where I got a little bit burnt out, but we pressed on. The staple of an extreme mixtape returns with, you guessed it, women eating or interacting with feces, and it's their full force, alright. One bit that stood out to me was a Japanese woman who was covered head to toe in excrement, and went to put her actual clothes back on, just still covered in it, and she decides to walk around Tokyo. I thought it was kind of interesting, so, you know, people just, you know, rightfully avoiding her because she's covered in poo. She's naked, she's covered in shit, she's putting her clothes back on. That's messed up. That same girl who put her clothes back on, she's walking around Tokyo, or wherever it is, Japan, covered in shit. That's disgusting. What the fuck? She's covered in it. Japanese adult videos show up this time, but it's a bit different, involving blood play and sticking lots of needles into women's arms and body, and doing this weird thing with sewing needles. So, like, again, they're chained up like this with, well, not chained up, but like sewn up like this. Ooh, so this lady's getting pins stuck in her skin. Jesus Christ, that's loads of pins. And now they're asphyxiating her? What is going on? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So Wonder Woman's got her hands sewn up like this. It's fucking messed up. Ugh. It's like some out of Junji Ito, this is. Jesus Christ. The mixtape ends on a filthy note with a compilation of fetish porn, which wasn't surprising at all, to be honest. Once you've seen it, like a million times, you kind of get numb to it, but it's still disgusting. So this guy's got a dildo in this woman's mouth. Woman. And she's puking everywhere on herself, and there's plastic everywhere. Oh, and she licked the end of it. Ugh. Oh, terrible meal again. So these two girls are 69 and she's doing a massive dump in her mouth, and they're still back and forth. She's covered in it. More terrible meal. To be honest with you, I think both of these tapes are absolutely fine. They all have their own differences. I am totally twatted. I think I liked a bit more because I found it a bit more fun. However, Just Another Lobotomy was a bit more extreme for me, and I didn't like the clips of people being murdered. But the tape's fine. It does its job. It's there to shock you. You know, I did like both how they used varied footage here and there. They didn't use the same footage over and over. There were similarities, but it wasn't like throughout. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they didn't use the exact same footage throughout, because otherwise it would have been a right fucking bore. If you haven't subscribed to these two, what are you doing? Just go and subscribe to them. They're great. And as always, guys, do like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'll see you again for the next one. Take it steady. Cheers.